Okay, that's good. So let's start our lesson. So today we will have so to call a challenge lesson, and your task is to retell the chapter in your own words. So just the main ideas of the chapter, of the part that you had, and after that you ask the questions to us all, and we will try to discuss it. Okay, so yes, Oleg, would you please start? You are the first.
Okay, let's try.
Mm-hmm.
The chapter begins in a story about Ray Magd. I forgot his name. 1 second,
Yes.
please.
So his
Ray
name
Kroc.
was
About Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc.
Ray Kroc.
Yes.
And we were told about interesting story while Ray Kroc was invited to the university in Texas, and he made lecture. Everybody liked his lecture, and after that, he was invited to hang out, to have a beer with company. And there was a funny event.
Yes.
He asked his new friends, about his business. What do you think? What business am I in? Everybody laughed. Everybody thought that he's joking. But he asked again. After that, someone yelled, "Oh my gosh, everybody knows in the world you are in hamburger business." And he replied that to him it was obvious to him that the answer will be so, but he answered not so. My business is real estate.
Yes, real estate business.
Such a surprise, such a big surprise. He was in the university. He was discussing with smart people, and even those people were mistaken. And as he explained later, yes, his business was about hamburgers, but not only. The main idea is about real estate, and also not something else, but not something somewhere else. He properly choose the place. He know how it is important to about location. If your real estate in a proper location, it will cost more. And nowadays we know that McDonald's is the largest single owner of real estate in the world. I made a quote in my notebook.
Yes.
Well, and it shows us that a good business, it is a much more complicated stuff, and many things which are not obvious, they are explain why some business are successful, why some business are not. But this story was told to the author of the book by his friend, and at that time, while his friend were studying at the university, the rich dad taught Mike and him the same things, the same important things.
Yes.
Later, we the book tells us about an important thing. There is about owning own business.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there is a big difference between your job and your business. If you ask somebody, "What's your business?" people tell you, "I'm a banker." If you ask
Mm-hmm.
them, do you own a bank? No, I'm a
Yes.
bank worker. Well,
Mm-hmm.
it shows us many people don't pay attention for this, but this is the very important thing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the most people work for everyone but themselves. They can spend all their life.
Mm-hmm.
They make money for their boss. They make money for government
Mm-hmm.
as of taxes. But after that, after those long years, when they are
Yes.
retired, they can't. Nothing can't show them that they
Mm-hmm.
worked for.
Yes.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and the rich dad and um, uh, author of the book offers us
Mm-hmm.
to think about our assets. Assets is very important stuff. Uh, uh,
Mm-hmm.
if even it gives you $1 a day, it works every time, 24 hours a day. And
Mm-hmm.
also you can, um, boy, well, go next.
Yes. Okay.
Um, giving another study. Also, he told us a little about our education system again. If
Uh-huh.
you became that what you study. If
Uh-huh.
you study if you are studying cooking, you become a chief. If you study law, you become an attorney.
Uh-huh.
And again, nobody teaches you how to run your own business.
Uh-huh.
Well, and we were told about the first secret.
Yes.
The first secret is about to distinguish asset and liability,
Uh-huh.
and mm, author uh, offers us to make our own assets. And if you work for somebody else, if you are employee, at the same time you have to think about your own assets, and you have to choose something what you really love.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
in this case you will take care of it, and
Mm-hmm.
you will manage this properly, carefully, and in this
Mm-hmm.
case you can get success. Well, I think it's time to ask a question, and for some reason it is it is not it wasn't so easy for me to think about question.
Uh-huh.
Well, let it be. Is it obvious for you
Mm-hmm.
how to distinguish a liability and asset? This is my question.
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
personally for me, even while we met
Mm-hmm.
this wonderful book, we started to read this, we started to discuss this book.
Yes.
Sometimes I try to think, and in my mind, it is not clear enough, this subject, even now.
Yes. Okay, good question. So, girls, what do you think? What is the difference between liabilities and assets? How to distinguish them, or how to determine, do I have a liability or do I have an asset? What do I have?
Вопрос, что для тебя значит активы и пассивы, да?
Да. Как их, how to determine them, how to distinguish them. So, да, то есть как их различить, да? Олег, правильно я понимаю?
Да, и было ли для вас это ранее очевидно, вот такая вещь, вот до знакомства с книгой?
Мгм.
So for me, this is when I learn something, because this can help me in the future.
Мгм.
This is asset about the course or cool video on YouTube about English, about another interesting things.
Мгм.
So
Ага.
I think when you have a hobby and
Мгм.
you do something what you really like, sometimes it will be make money for you.
Мгм.
So this
Okay.
is for me. So.
Mhm. Yes, for you personally. So to do something that you like and it will bring money, it will keep money or bring money into your pocket, put money into your pocket. Okay.
Yes,
Yulia, what
this is a
about
good
you?
investigation.
Sorry?
This is a good investigation.
Yes, investments, good
Yeah.
investments. Okay. Yulia, what about you? How do you distinguish the liability and an asset? An asset? Yulia, do you hear me? Can you hear
Oh,
me? Yes.
yes, I'm
Uh-huh.
here. Do you hear me?
Yes, sure. So the
Okay.
question Oleg asked was how to differ between the liability and an asset. How to understand what is that liability and what is this asset.
Okay. I could say that I never think about this and never thought that it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say words from this book that an
Yes.
asset should bring your money and a liability take out from your pocket.
Take
So
money.
yes, take
Mm-hmm.
money. I agree with that, and it's complicated to think about it and to share um, uh, to share to these columns what do you have, is your car a liability or asset, and the others. And I think
Yes.
After reading this book, I have a new information, I think.
Yes. Okay. As for me, I can add to your words that you said about that asset puts money in your pocket, and the liability takes money from your pocket. I can add that assets are something that doesn't require that don't require any efforts from your side and any labor from the person. So, for example, some business that doesn't require your presence, for example, that puts money in your pocket, gives you money, but you don't do anything for that. That is an asset. Or, for example, if you buy some stocks or bonds that bring you dividends, some commission, the dividends, these are also assets. Or maybe some commission that you receive from maybe some intellectual work, like your books or music that you composed, for example. So you don't work, but these things bring you money.
Yes,
That
I
is
think
what
so.
I think assets are. But to build this or to make these assets, first you must work, and then money that you have, the income that you have from your efforts, from your labor, you invest them for building an asset or for buying an asset like stock or bond. That's what I think asset is.
Yes.
Okay. Oleg, what do you think? Is it
Yes,
is it
later in the book we have the table which includes such things. We were told about bonds, some valuable papers, and also about intellectual liability. А как мы говорим интеллектуальная собственность? Intellectual
intellectual
Property.
maybe
property. Yes, thank
yes,
you.
intellectual property, yes.
Uh,
Yes. So we will
I hope when we read the book, when we finish reading the book, we will know much more about this, and we will be more educated in this subject.
yes. So so the first part of this chapter was about I think the idea the main idea of this chapter is that the person, middle class person or the poor person, works for someone else all his life, and he doesn't mind his own business, so to say. So it doesn't matter that he must create a company or he must lead some business, like we think about the business, the word business. Not exactly that, but mind your own business means so you work for someone else, but mind also what you can do to work for yourself. So that to build this asset column, I would say that this first part of this chapter was about that, and also about the problem of education at school. Again, that because at school or college or university, so you study something. For example, you study law and you become an attorney. So you become what you study. Therefore, to create your own business, to create your own asset column that will bring you money without your efforts, without your working, it means to study something that will allow you to do this. So you must study financial literacy or how money works, or maybe some things about economy, or maybe something else. And that is the problem of school education, because you study, you become what you study. right? You often become what you study. Okay, thank you, Oleg. Thank you for your ideas and for this story. And yes, that was just good question, I think, because it's really hard to change your mind, to change what you all your life you thought about all these professions, jobs, and money differently. And here we see some other ideas about money, about profession, about job. So I think we were taught by our parents and by school and by society that we must get some education, get some job, good profession, and then work, and then retire. That's what it's about. But here we see some other ideas how to mind your own business. So you work, you don't quit your daytime job. So you work for someone else, but for the reason to mind your own business, to mind your own asset column. Okay. So Yulia, would you please continue? So what was
Okay, in
next?
the next part of chapter, I think he told us about his own experience. Once he wanted to take a loan, and he wants to boost his asset column, adding there his machines, suits, watches, and arts and others. And when he went to the bank, they turned off him because they saw a lot of amount of money which comes for the rent. And they asked him why he doesn't work, why he doesn't have a salary. And the banking system, I think, works that because they want to see your salary and not your assets. And
Yes.
then and then we have a table with assets, and he shared it in following groups. The first of all is business, but not that business where you're working by yourself. Business which is working without you. And stocks, bonds, real estate, which bring you, which generating you incomes, and intelligence property from and music, books, and others, and something like that. But I don't and all this chapter he told us about mind your own business. You have to work, you have to day work and take your own experience, and after that all your life you must to think about your own business. And if you have some ideas, he recommend us to start it. But if you don't have any ideas, try and mind about your own business all time. And he told us about himself, that he loved real estate, and he can look at it all day long, and it never bothered him. So the first, I think, what he was due to rise his asset, he bought real estate, and then he have an experience in working in big companies, but he understand that he's not a cooperative person, and he started to buy stocks from small companies.
Yes.
He likes to buy stocks in startups and producing them, maybe. And
Yes.
I couldn't say that he recommended doing like him, but it is his own experience.
Yes. Okay. That's it, right?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Yes, thank you for your story. And what about some questions you can ask?
I have a lot of questions for this
Yes, that's
chapter,
good.
not only for you, but for me or to author, because I really don't know how to buy assets. I think he told us about the technology to buy it. You have to to keep our expenses low, to reduce our liabilities, and then we have some extra money, and then we used to spend it or buy some assets. And but how?
Buy or build?
Buy or build, yes.
Not exactly buy. Yes.
But how?
How to do it?
To do it, yes. I think it's complicated to financial literacy person.
Do you
First,
think so?
I think first you have to rise your financial education.
Right.
To think about it, and after all, you have some extra money to then you can try to do something risky.
Yes. Okay.
To buy or get assets.
Yes. So we were discussing what is the difference between assets and liabilities. Now the next question, good question, is to how to build an asset or how to buy an asset. What exactly we should do to build or to buy an asset? Oleg, what do you think?
Well, the first thing what appeared in my mind, it
Yes.
was we have applications on our smartphones, bank applications, and personally, me use Tinkoff one, and they have Tinkoff investments there. And
Yes.
once they, as a gift, they gave me some bonds of some company. And it was like a commercial. Here you are. It is not hard for you. Try to invest, buy
Yes, I know
more, and grow your money and so on. And I tried to find out more about this, but it was a little bit complicated for me, and I didn't get anything. But every time when I open this application, it shows me some digits. It shows me any grow.
So have you bought anything?
No, I haven't bought.
No, you haven't. Okay. Then what digits does it show to you?
They show me. They gave me as a present.
Yes.
Small amount of those.
So you have some stocks?
Yeah, too little, maybe 1,000 ruble or something. But
Okay.
it seems to me it is a good opportunity for starter, for a person who don't have much money, who don't have much
Yes.
money. It is able to buy for a small amount. It is just for practice. It is a way to find out
How it works.
how it works, to immerse in this stuff, to learn some terms. It will be a good point, a good reason for read how it works and so on. Because
Yes.
maybe somebody will tell you it is a good idea to buy a big business, but we're not rich. Well,
Okay, so the answer is to buy bonds or stock or stocks, акции, да, или облигации, акции или облигации, to invest money in some bonds or stocks, and what? So they will grow, they will evaluate, they will grow in price, and so you don't work, you don't make any efforts. So
you
that is
have,
the idea.
you have to remember that they are able to lose their to decrease their value, and that's why you have to be careful. And it seems to me you have to attitude to this like training, not real asset for beginners, because you don't know how it's risky and how to estimate those risks, how to manage those risks. But it seems to me maybe it is a good opportunity to jump in this stuff.
Yes. So, Yulia, what do you think about that idea? About this idea to invest money in some stock, or so in this market, investment market, bonds or stocks?
Yes, I know about these applications. There are a lot of banks which have these applications, and I know people who try to buy some stocks, but I know people who lost their money
Yes.
of it, and so I think you can. It's good for beginning and good for try. But if you want to get real asset, you have first to know about it.
And how will you know if you haven't tried?
You can try to spend some of money. What can you allowed to spend
Yes.
without risky? Yes, to try without risky, and maybe then go further.
And do you remember, I think it was in the introduction of the book, it was written that the rich people are not those who never lose money, or who never break, да, никогда не, как это по-русски, то есть ну, теряют
не
все,
терял
короче, да?
ничего, да.
Не теряют деньги, да? So these are not those who never lose money or who never break, but those who has the mentality of the rich person. And in the introduction, I remember it was said that the rich dad, one day he was, so he lost almost everything in his what he had. One day he was broke, so he lost almost everything, the rich dad. But he said that, I can't remember this beautiful phrase he said, but the idea of what he said is like, so the rich is not the person who owes a lot of money, but the person who has the mentality of the rich person. So, for example, if it concerns investment, like Tinkoff investment, or there are a lot of banks, a lot of brokers. I don't know how to say brokery, so brokers maybe. So these financial organizations that help you to invest money in stocks or bonds, and so I lost my thought. So there are a lot of such organizations, and the idea is, yes, you try, and how the rich dad taught the boys, life is the best teacher. Of course, you can have some financial education. So, for example, I can tell you my own example. So maybe 2 years ago, I had a course of financial investments in bonds and in stocks, and I studied a lot. I was a good student in that. I got a lot of information about investments, about how it works, about all this incomes, liabilities, and all this stuff, how to choose the stock or the company you invest in, how it works. So I got a lot of information about that. Then I bought some stocks and bonds, and also currency. I bought some currency, dollars and euro, and I think Chinese currency, as far as I remember. And then this special war operation started. So the war started, and I lost almost everything I had because all market, it just went down. It fell, and I think a lot of people lost everything. And then, so that was my lesson, how I started, because so in this courses, in this financial institutes and organizations, you can never get this experience, for example. So they can never tell you that in 2 months there will be a special war operation and all Russian stocks, they will go down and all this stuff. So you will never get this information. And so I lost money. Not exactly lost, but the price of the stocks, they went down. And then I had a good lesson from that. And I had some experience in investing. And now, after that, I invested some money when all people sold dollars, their currency, because the price of dollar was about 50 rubles. And all people in the market, they were selling their dollars. And at that moment, I was buying dollars because I knew from my previous experience, I knew that that is a good time for buying currency when all people are selling it. So I bought a lot of dollars at that time. And after some months, dollar was around 90 or 40 or 100. I can't remember exactly. So yes, I made a mistake. It was a risky investment. But after that, because of this mistake, I so I had some experience, I had some life lessons, and I was making, so I made some other steps that brought me money. So do you understand the idea, what I mean? So we can't get this information from somewhere. Maybe we can, but so how can we find those people who would give us this information? I don't know. I think the best teacher is really our experience, our so what we do. So we try something, and then we get the experience, we get these lessons. Yes, we pay for these lessons. We may lose something, and like it was written in this book, if we don't take risks, then we will not study what we need to study, or what we need to be taught. Therefore, I think, yes, we can invest money without risk, but we will not have the lessons from this experience. I think so, because well, yes, what I was talking about. I forgot the first question that we were discussing. What was the question, by the way? How to build an asset.
How to build, yes.
How to build an asset. I think we must think a lot. So we must we need just this idea. I think that the idea that we should not invest money in the liability, but in the assets, that's enough for the person. If he knows that, he will live according to this idea, and he will not spend money for the liabilities, and he will think about what can I do, how can I make an asset, because as the author said in this chapter, we should love this, what we're doing. For example, we should love investing money, or we should love what we are doing. So it concerns any sphere or any asset we are building, because if we don't love it, then I think it won't bring us any result. It's individually for me or for you, we should build different assets. So for you, you're individual and you're a creative person, and you have some potential inside, and you have to try, I think, and to see the, of course, so you should think what is not very risky, but to take risk is good. I think without that, we can't move forward without taking risks. That is my opinion. Okay.
I like that part that you didn't give up and you made next step and it was successful.
Yes. And that is very important, not to quit, not to give up, but take this lesson and make it so your principle of life, for example. And these lessons are very good for us if when we make mistakes, when we do something wrong. It means that we don't understand something, and we can know more about it, or find out some information about it, and next time we will do it differently. Yes.
You have to analyze it before.
Yes, sure.
Before doing something else, you have to analyze the lesson, what you have.
Yes, sure. That's true. Okay. So, Tatiana, would you please continue?
Yeah, I come back. У меня ненадолго слетел интернет, и я пропала. But I come back. So, my page about luxuries.
Yes, about luxuries. That's good.
Yeah.
What?
The 77 page, beginning with the narrator said that if you don't know how to make the business, mind your own business. So, and he meant to build and keep your ascent calm strong. So,
Yes.
yeah. And so he said about luxury what the poor and rich people attitude to luxury. So rich people buy the luxury after they have money with investition. Yeah, so investition and
Investing.
but poor people buy luxury the first time because he want to look like how rich people, and this is not good because this is sometimes buying luxury on credit. They buy luxury on credit. So and this is most often lead to often causes person to eventually resent that luxury because debt becomes a financial burden. So and narrator talking about history about his wife, how she buy a car, and this is cool history because she buy on the money which he come take как сказать, она с квартир, с квартир, то есть они сдавали квартиру и с этих денег вот.
Yes. So
машину.
her luxury was a reward from assets or from investments.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and narrator said what a true luxury is a reward for investing in and developing a real asset. So this is a very cool idea. I love this. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. And so the poor and the middle class buy luxuries at first, and the rich people, they buy luxuries at last. So when they have some extra money from investing or from developing an asset, so they buy the luxury only when they have the extra money. So the money from the asset, from the asset that brings them money. Yes. And so what about you? How do you, sorry, Tatiana, would you please ask us some question? Maybe you have some questions. Ask.
So my question, what is luxury real about you? So
You mean what is luxury for us, for me, or for what is the luxury? Guys, what about you? What is luxury? What does luxury for you mean? What does it mean for you? A luxury.
This is question for me.
For Yulia and Oleg.
Yeah.
Okay, may I start?
Yes, sure.
A luxury. I think for me, it's not a thing. A car or a house or something like that. I think a luxury for me is a time what you can spend how you want. Before you don't need to think about how to earn money, how to feed your family, how to как это, your children are educated or something like this. You have everything what you want, and you can spend your time how you want.
So freedom.
Freedom, yes. I don't think that is think jewelry or fur. It's not my theme. I don't think that is a luxury, real luxury.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, can I try?
Yes. Sure.
Well, it seems to me to many people think that luxury, it is such a thing that you can show and everybody will be impressed. I think, and for many people, it is very important, this feeling of being, to see how people are jealous you and so on.
Yes.
And we often see it in media when some those very popular news or videos about celebrities who bought some extra expensive luxuries, and people are jealous since their childhood, since their teenage. They want to become one day a person who will buy something so expensive that will impress everybody around you. And everybody will discuss this stuff. And I try to remember my childhood, maybe my teenage, and sometimes you can imagine a teenager who watches TV and see those stuff, and sometimes in his mind can appear as a picture. While he is rich, everybody jealous you. But also, I remember such an interesting feeling. I was imagining when I'm rich, and in this case, you can afford to wear even rags and you don't carry it, and it inspires me. Well, I want to return nowadays. Recently, one colleague bought a new car, and some people discussing this. It is an expensive car with powerful engine.
Yes.
And it seems to me it is people like taste of this feeling about, wow, this guy bought so cool stuff. But it's people quickly get used to this.
Yes.
Today it is a miracle. Tomorrow it is just regular stuff. But it is an expensive car, and you have to spend money to maintain this car. It has more expensive insurance, and you have to pay more tax, and it eats a lot of petrol, a lot of gas, and
fines.
But also, yes, I understand he's a very responsible driver, but sometimes on the road happens some stuff, and it is dangerous to lose all those money.
Mhm.
Well, he don't have a very larger salary than me.
Mhm.
Of course, it is his business what he what to spend his money, but
Maybe he has some assets.
maybe, but I don't think so. But back to the question. For
Uh-huh.
many people, luxury is just about this feeling, about this
Yeah.
impressions, about these rumors. Wow, this guy is so rich.
Yes.
Maybe where did he get so bunch of money? And
Mhm.
for showing off. But as we read at this book, rich people buy luxuries at last.
Yes. Some kind of some instrument of acknowledgement or appreciation from people. Some kind of congratulations when all the people are talking about your success, and so they acknowledge you.
Or
They
for many,
appreciate.
it is just a childhood dream, a
Yeah.
teenage dream. But when okay, you're grown up now, you're an adult, you can get your dream, but it is already not exactly your dream. It is a dream of that kid from past, from past days.
Yes. Yes. So good answers. I like those answers about what luxury is. Never thought about that. Yes. Good answers, I think, about luxury. And so uh, we can discuss some more points, but before, maybe I will see. So now the task. So I read the sentence or some phrase, and you try to understand what word it refers to. I mean, the words from the chapter. So, for example, a place where somebody likes to go often. A place where somebody likes to go often. It was in the chapter, this word, the vocabulary. Can you guess? What does
Uh,
it mean?
I tried to guess. It seems to me when we told about it is what could be your business. It is a thing what you like to do, like your hobby.
No. I mean, so for example, okay, a place where somebody likes to go often. So it is hang out. Hang
Hang
out.
out.
In English, yes. Hang out, it is the place where somebody likes to go often. For example, this cafe is a hangout among tourists. Among tourists.
А я думал, это hangout, это типа, ну, тусоваться пошли, вот так вот, типа.
Правильно, да, тусоваться и ну, как бы тусовочное, такое,
Но
тусовка, да?
понимается определенное место под этим, локация, да?
Это существительное. А если глагол,
А,
есть такой глагол, да? To hang out. Это как
а.
раз вот тусоваться, ходить куда-то, вот, ну, когда тебе нравится куда-то ходить, вот, тусоваться, да, вместе там что-то проводить время, это to hang out. А вот это вот существительное hang out, которое было в главе, да,
A
это
noun. A
вот это
noun.
как раз a place where somebody likes to go often.
Thank you for explanation. I didn't know this, and that's why I didn't get.
Okay. So, formal permission given by a company to somebody who wants to sell its goods or services in a particular area. Formal permission given by a company to somebody who wants to sell its goods in a particular area.
Some license, maybe?
Yes, but
License? Like
another word,
uh,
franchise.
franchise. This is franchise.
Yes. Franchise. When somebody gives you permission to sell his goods or to sell company's goods in a particular area or in a city, it is franchise. Франшиза, да? Franchise. Okay, a way of thinking or point of view. A way of thinking or point of view. How to say it?
Mindset?
Yes. And what is the synonym?
Synonym.
Viewpoint.
Viewpoint.
Yes.
Thank
It's
you.
one word. Viewpoint. Это как, ну, точка зрения, да? То есть не point of view, как мы обычно говорим, а еще можно сказать my viewpoint, то есть моя точка зрения. My viewpoint, одним словом. A place where two or more lines or roads cross each other.
Intersection.
Yes, intersection, пересечение, да, intersection. To go in a circle around a central point. To go in a circle around some central point. These are difficult words, I know, difficult vocabulary, but some words from the chapter. So, to revolve.
Revolve.
For example,
Like a revolver.
Yes, revolver.
When I was reading, I imagined, firstly, I translated this, and I imagined a gun, a revolver, with this spinning stuff in it. Revolve.
Revolve. For example, the earth revolves on its axis. The earth revolves on its axis. Земля крутится, да, вокруг своей оси. То есть revolves, это слово крутится вокруг какой-то точки. Time that you spend working at your job after you have worked the normal hours. So after you have worked the normal hours, then you spend some more time at your job.
Overtime.
To work overtime or to do overtime, то есть это означает вот работать сверх нормы, да, сверхурочно. To work overtime, to do overtime. The act of reducing the number of people who work in a company or business in order to reduce costs. So the act of reducing the number of people in the company who work in the company.
Firing?
Yes, to fire. And to fire is just to say goodbye to a person without, so for some other reason, I think. But this is the act of reducing the number of people in order to reduce costs. For example, if you want to reduce costs of the company, you do this. It is downsizing. Downsizing, как бы уменьшение размера, да, буквально. Downsizing, как бы уменьшение количества, уменьшение размера. Это сокращение, да, будет по-русски. Сокращение людей. Downsizing. Okay. Total wealth of an individual or a company. Total capital or total wealth of an individual or a company.
Capitalization.
Net worth.
Net worth. Yes, net worth. Net worth. Это капитал, да? Капитал.
Net worth.
Ну, в этой главе, то есть использовалось вот как бы, то есть что ты можешь, вот, например, в банке, там, в заявлении ты пишешь, да, на кредит. То есть в главе net worth, что ты пишешь, да, какой у тебя капитал, там, клюшка для гольфа, там, машина Мерседес в гараже, там, еще что-нибудь. Вот Вот это вот, да, net worth, the total wealth of an individual or a company. To pay profit tax. To pay profit tax. It was said to be taxed on the gain. Gain – прибыль, да? To be taxed on the gain. Or when I say to pay profit tax. Налог на прибыль, да? Налог на прибыль называется по-русски. Как сказать покупать в кредит?
Buy in a debt.
And credit.
Как?
Buy in credit.
To buy on credit. To buy on credit. Предлог on, да? To buy on credit. Покупать в кредит. Рассчитаться с долгами. Как бы буквально вылезти из долга, да, будет.
Get out, debt. Get out of debt.
Да, to get out of debt. To get out of debt. To stop a meeting or some official process. To stop a meeting or some official process. For example, trial, to stop a trial. Такое вот официальное слово. Прекратить какой-то процесс или встречу.
Interrupt.
А вот такое вот прям там слово, оно такое более formal. Adjourn a meeting. Adjourn. Там было такое слово. Окей. To increase in value over a period of time. Там говорилось про, про assets, да, про активы, которые вырастают в цене over a period of time. To increase in value over a period of time. To appreciate. Do you remember this word? To appreciate. Еще такое есть значение. То есть увеличиваться в цене, расти в цене. To appreciate будет. То есть это не только ценить, да, а еще и расти в цене. Например, каких-то активов. Так, это сложно. A statement of your income, expenses, assets and liabilities. So, a statement of your net worth or of your money. Как сказать, финансовое состояние.
Wealth. Just wealth.
Да, ну и еще как? То есть финансовое положение. Какое у вас финансовое положение? Да, вот когда мы в банк выходим. Financial statement.
Statement.
Financial statement. Okay. Warm or loving memories. Warm or loving memories. Не обязательно memories, а вообще warm or loving. Fond memories. Там было. Fond memories. Ага. Это тут слово, я, кстати, тоже его не знала. The degree to which something is likely to happen. The degree to which something is likely to happen. For example, the odds, this is, the word is the odds. The odds are against success. То есть вероятность, да, как это сказать, вероятность, наверное. То есть вероятнее всего у тебя не будет успеха. The odds are against success. Degree to which something is likely to happen. The odds. Odds, как бы пишется.
Это как evens and odds.
Да, ну тут...
Нечетные там было. Even,
да,
четные, odds, нечетное.
Да, почему-то тут другое, то есть еще это слово имеет вот другое значение, вероятности. То есть вероятность, что что-то будет,
Но
что
именно
что-то
такая
случится.
плохая вероятность.
Не обязательно.
Да?
Это просто пример. The odds are against success. То есть вероятность как бы не очень. А есть вероятность очень. Почему? То есть не обязательно, что плохая, да? Вероятность тоже может быть и хорошая. The odds. То есть это просто вероятность имеется в виду. The odds. Вероятность. To buy suddenly without thinking carefully.
Get deeper in the debt.
Exactly. To buy suddenly without thinking carefully. So you come to the shop and buy
Emotionally.
Emotionally and what else? Impulsively. Импульсивно, да? Ну, то есть, как это, импульсивные покупки, да, или какие такие вот спонтанные, наверное, лучше сказать по-русски. To buy impulsively. Expensive things.
Luxury.
Luxuries. To feel bitter or angry about something. To feel bitter or angry about something. На букву R.
Regret?
Regret, yes. And what is the synonym from this chapter? It was resent. То есть это тоже ненавидеть или негодовать. Resent. To resent. Okay. Okay, that's it, I think. So I have prepared some questions, but I think we will not have time to discuss them. Okay, so let's finish our discussion. Have a good day and see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it. And by the way, thank you for your participation, for your stories about what you have read in the chapter. And I think these are good ideas to think about, and to think about how we can build our assets, how we can mind our own business, and work for ourselves. Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Yes, have a